first site I found this jar on doing my search was bolitopipe.it, Italy. It's funny, it says Bolito Pipe IT in the URL box where you type your web address, and then on the home page it says Bolito Cigar. I don't know, if you type in Bolito Cigar, maybe it takes you there as well. Well, look, it says Bolito Cigar, powered by Bolito Pipe. They probably put this page on both sites. I don't know. Anyway, there it is. La Escepcion Selectos Finos Edition Regional Jar. And if you look right there, I mean, now that's reasonable. Okay? That's really reasonable. Because you say to yourself, okay, wow, you get the jar, 30 cigars. Actually, this is more than reasonable. This is almost like... But you know what? It makes me look at this place and say to myself, you know what? If this place sells real cigars and is willing to ship, maybe I should try them out, because obviously they're not into the practice of gouging their customers, or potential customers for that matter, in price-wise. This price is cheaper than buying a single box of 25 of these things from Cigar One, pretty much. I mean, maybe not cheaper, almost the same. You have €4.96, but if you look at Cigar One, which we have over here, $5.67 for a box. You know, so yeah, I looked at that and I said, oh man, that's really too good to be true. Anyway, it was too good to be true. It wasn't available. They did have them available. I emailed them. They said, unfortunately, we will not be getting this back in stock. Sorry, if you're interested in anything else, please let us know. Which to me was a kind of a thing saying, hey, we will ship, because I told them where I was. And they're like, let us know if you're interested in anything else. So, I don't know. I was kind of depressed once I realized that this wasn't going to happen here. So I had to move on in my search for the La Escepcion jar. So here's another little, before we get into the continuation of the search and finish that up, here's another little article thingy that popped up on stevegriff.com. La Escepcion Selectos Finos jar arrive in Teddington. That's in England. And a week ago, it says, I bought news that the La Escepcion Selectos Finos jar had been released in a porcelain jar format that required you to purchase 2 boxes of the original 2011 release in order to be able to buy an empty jar to house 30 Selectos Finos. Well, some good news. AJ, over at the Teddington La Casa del Habanos, has managed to obtain a shipment of the Selectos Finos and accompanying jars, and has them now available to purchase. Okay, great. He goes on to say, AJ is, however, offering the porcelain jar with 30 La Escepcion Selectos Finos included, so you don't have to go and buy 50 cigars in one go. As if that would be doing us a fucking favor. I mean, it would be a favor if the whole entire price was like $600, but the price over there is 950 British pounds, which comes to over 1,500 US dollars. So this guy is writing this article as if AJ, you know, everybody loves him, and that's great, and I think he's great too, but it's, you know, you're not doing us any favors. He's not doing anybody any favors. He's filling the jar with 30 cigars and then selling the thing for 3 times the price of 1 box of cigars. I mean, so you don't have to buy 50 Cuban cigars. That's bullshit. I could buy 75 Cuban cigars and it would still be cheaper than this jar. So, you know, as far as AJ's offer, but whatever. The jar containing the 30 cigars retails with AJ at 980 pounds plus shipping. Plus shipping. So you're looking at an order of probably well over $1,700 for a jar of Selectos Finos, when you could get over 3 boxes for the same price. You know, I don't know why this guy would even consider writing this as if he was doing us a favor. I mean, look what he... So you don't have to go and buy 50 cigars in one go. I mean, either this guy is really nice or really naive, or he's in cahoots. I don't know which, but his writing is very good, so I think his prose... I can't imagine that he doesn't really know what he's saying when he's writing this. It bothers me. It bothers me. Anyway, that's that. So if you do want this jar, it is available over here, but you're going to pay $1,700 for it. Moving on along, my search continued, and of course, London Cigars Ltd. Not a site known for shipping. And they have the jar for a similar price, 949 pounds. No discounts here, folks. No discounts at all. In fact, it looks like just about every vendor you go to is doing the same thing. There are several other sites that had it, and I can't really go there now because they don't have it anymore. But same thing in just about every La Casa del Habano site in Germany, in you know, Belgium, and all over the place. Same thing, 1700, 1700, 1700. So it was just absolutely ridiculous. Finally, I just want to show you Cigar One over here. They don't have the jar. But what they do have, if you really want this cigar and don't care about the jar, you know, they have a box of 25, the original release. There is only one release of La Escepcion Selectos Finos, and 567 for a box of 25. So still a little overpriced, but you know, it's not bad. I mean, at least you're not going to be paying $1,700 for a jar of 30. Okay, the moment of truth has arrived. So here we are, and now I'm not even going to cut this. I'm going to take this off with my fingers because they taped it so the lid would not pop open, which is a great idea that no one else does. I guess they figure, God forbid, something happens to the package and the lid pops off and the jar starts sliding and bouncing around. So, you know, I gotta tell you, like I said before, this is really, so far, the best packing job I've ever seen as far as one of these things is concerned. Really, really well packed. A+ thumbs up. All of that stuff. So they tape the lid in place. I suppose you can always get tape gum off. I guess that's a good thing because, again, if the lid pops off, you're gonna have a problem. But I really hate peanuts. There we go. And there she is. There she is. Let's take a close-up look at this, shall we? And so we are back, and there it is, the La Escepcion jar. Really, really, really nice piece. Really nice piece. This one I love because, like every other jar, it's very different. It's very different than all the other jars. It's a very different shape. You know what's funny? I think I'm probably going to put it next to the Partagas P1 jar, because the Partagas P1 jar kind of swells at the bottom and shrinks at the top, and this one does a thing where it kind of swells up at the top. So one's black, one's white. This has black in it, so it'll probably look really good with that. Really nice, really nice. There's the cigar. The cigars didn't come yet, but by the time you see these videos, they will have. So right now I pulled one from my own stash that I have left, just to show it there. And next to it you'll see the La Escepcion Regional Edition sheet that we're talking about. We were talking about these Regional Edition sheets that come with special Regional Edition cigars. Kind of cool to have this because who knows if there'll be another Escepcion release. There might not. But this is cool. Diadema, which if you don't know is the distributor for cigars in Italy, special cigars in all cigars in Italy. This is a beautiful jar. I like a few things about it. Number one, of course, they didn't go crazy with the gold as far as making it look really gaudy, like some of the stuff coming out recently. There's just a lot of that. They just did a nice simple band on the top, and the metals you'll see, they aren't the same kind of gold, but they are gold. They're almost like a cross between, if you know the Bolivar China jar, the Bolivar Alemania jar. They both have the metals next to Bolivar. They're not gold. They're just made of they're just a picture. But with this jar here, the metals, I'm going to try to get closer to them. They're kind of like that picture, but also have gold in them. It's weird. It's weird, but they look really cool. They're very detailed. Basically, doing that cross between the gold and the photo kind of like photo imaging. It makes them look really, really, really detailed. Almost, from here, they almost look embossed. Very nice jar. I'm going to show you something else that's really cool about this jar. Very different lid. You can see here, look at that. It's got a wooden kind of, it's not cork, it's not porcelain, it's not, who knows, it's cool. I'm wondering, looks a little dark to me, but I'm wondering if it's actually Spanish cedar. Might be. Doesn't really smell yet. You'll be able to really tell once it gets humidified. It's got a little humidifier in the middle here, which is just a little dinky, as usual, dinky little sponge in a plastic insert, but I wouldn't use that if I were you. All you'll do is make mold on the heads of your cigars. Use a Boveda bag. It's got a good seal, and that's that. The cap is plain. There's no imaging or anything on the cap. For a jar that they only made 200 of, I would have liked to see them do a little something over here, you know, but I don't know. How much can you do? Maybe a Hoyo De Monterrey sign. I don't know. They could have done something there. And the other thing is, that's one thing I don't like. So, you know, everything, I always like to say what I do like and then say, you know, there are a few things I don't like. The other thing I don't like, but it's, when I say I don't like it, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I really don't give a shit. But it would have been cool if they put a little brand description on the back. Unlike every other jar that has come out, there's nothing written on the back. It's just a blank spot. So it's almost like it's waiting to have something imaged on it, you know? But being that it's such a rare kickback brand, it would have been really cool to have seen a description on there. But there you have it. Escepcion Habana, 30 Selectos Finos. So once the cigars get here, I'll come back and we'll fill up the jar and look at the inside, but there's really nothing to see without the cigars in there. Very well done. Very, very, very well done. It's going to be a nice addition to the collection. Oh, and the last thing, of course, is to just show you, if they do start copying these, which there's only 200, so I doubt it. By the time they could make a copy, the things will be gone. But that's your serial number. Not very counterfeit proof. No logo, no hologram, no nothing. Just a little, I got number 139. I got number 139. So if anybody else has 139, there's a problem. But that's me. Yum, yum, yum. Still smells like delicious Cuban tobacco in there. So, that's all for now, folks. Can I say that without being sued?